Hi, I'm Sophia, and I'm here to talk to you about the importance of setting boundaries. My job today is to give you some examples of situations where you should set boundaries and equip yourself with ready-to-go language to use in these scenarios. Healthy boundaries define what is appropriate behavior and are crucial for positive relationships. Boundaries differ from person to person and from social contexts. Setting these boundaries defines our expectations of ourselves and others in different kinds of relationships. But without these boundaries, people can quickly lose themselves into their work, relationships, familial obligations, and services to others. Step 1. We want to be as clear as possible without raising our voice. When defining your boundaries, make them concrete and try visualizing them so you can get some more clarity. Step 2. We need to state our need directly in terms of what we would like. Rather, we should avoid using what we don't want or don't like. Step 3. Discomfort may arise, such as guilt, shame, or remorse, but it's important to remember that these boundaries are important. Here are some examples you can use to set boundaries. For setting a boundary around emotional dumping, you could say, I understand you're having a hard time and I want to be there for you, but I don't have the emotional capacity to listen right now. When setting a boundary around personal space, you could say, it makes me feel uncomfortable when you do that. If you can't respect my space, I'll have to leave. When setting a boundary around what you are willing to discuss, you could say, this is not a topic I'm willing to discuss right now. Keep it short, simple, and sweet. Now let's talk about setting boundaries with your family. I feel like my family is butting heads a lot lately and not seeing eye to eye. There's been a lot of tension around home and it's making me upset. What can I do? You could try saying something like, I would like it if we could have a talk about the tension between us all lately. I think it would be a good idea so that we each have the opportunity to have our side heard. In these situations, if you feel comfortable to, try to talk to your family about issues so that you can move past them together. If you don't feel comfortable trying to talk to your family about these issues, or perhaps you think it's unnecessary, you could suggest spending some family time together. For instance, you could say, let's plan some quality time together to have fun and put aside our issues. Think about what does your family enjoy doing together? Going to the beach, going to the movies, maybe even just going on a walk. I like my own space, and I like to feel like I can make my own decisions. However, my family members are constantly trying to be part of my business and are trying to make decisions for me. What can I do about this? Try talking to your family member that is invading your personal space and explain to them why you'd like to be able to have some alone time and make your own decisions. You can set this boundary by saying something like, as much as I appreciate your support, I would also really appreciate it if I could have my own space and make my own decisions. I feel like I am now mature enough to do so, and I think it would be beneficial for both of us. Now let's move on to setting healthy boundaries with our friends. Let's talk about what you can say if you're feeling peer pressured by friends to do things that you don't necessarily want to do. Most people, at some point in their life, will feel peer pressured to join in a situation that they don't want to do, such as taking drugs or alcohol, cheating in a test, skipping school, shoplifting, or even sex. Even if it isn't easy to say no because you might be scared or you want to fit in, confidently saying no thanks or it's okay, I don't feel the need to is very important. Or be direct and say, I don't appreciate feeling peer pressured to do this, guys. However, sometimes the best thing you can do is to move away from the situation and get support by talking to someone you trust. This is where having a strong and clear boundary can help you stay true to yourself. What can I say if I'm hurt by a friend and are feeling unvalued in this friendship? When explaining to your friend what they have done to upset you, try your best not to start statements beginning with you, such as, you never want to hang out. Instead try, I feel hurt and not valued in this friendship because we never hang out outside of school. Starting your statements off with you might make your friend feel attacked and they might start being defensive. You could also try telling your friend what they could do to solve the situation, such as, it would be great if we spent more time together on the weekends, even just to study. What can you say or do if you're feeling excluded by your friend group? Feeling left out is definitely not fun. Try speaking to your friends as a group to clear out the air by saying, "Hey guys, I want to be included in plans and I felt really left out lately. Should we all plan something for this weekend to hang out at mine?" If you notice after speaking to your friends nothing changes and they still aren't being inclusive, it might be worthwhile thinking about if they're your true friends or not. You could try new groups at school or join a sport or a new extracurricular team to make like-minded mates. Or consider speaking to a trusted adult or a counselor if you need some advice. Lastly, don't forget it can be challenging to maintain a big group of friends. One or two good valued friends goes a long way more than a big group of friends. Let's move on to setting healthy boundaries with sexual relationships and partners. My partner is pressuring me to do things sexually that I don't feel comfortable doing and don't feel ready for. What can I say to them? You can let the other person know that you're not comfortable in doing this and you would like to do something instead. You don't have to overly explain yourself, as a simple no should be okay with your partner. If they continue to pressure you, get up, leave the room, speak to a trusted adult or friend, or visit the 1-800-RESPECT or Kids Helpline. I recently found out that my partner told his friends something that I told them to keep in private. This has upset me because I thought there was someone I could talk to and trust. What can I do? Although it may have been a mistake, it is still important to set this boundary so it doesn't happen again. Try saying something like, "I don't like that you shared my private experience with your friends. To have a healthy relationship, we should be able to open up and talk to each other without having to worry about it being spread around. Next time, can you please respect my privacy?" Partner has multiple friends of the opposite gender. Usually this doesn't bother me as they are just friends. However, recently I've noticed my partner being particularly flirty around them. What can I say to my partner? It is important to set this boundary and to clarify with your partner what you count as cheating. Try saying something like, "I don't like it when you flirt with those friends. It makes me upset and undervalued in this relationship. Please stop doing it." So you now feel equipped with language to use in tricky situations to set healthy boundaries with your family, friends, and romantic partners. Thanks so much, guys!